I know this is controversial, but is there evidence that mammograms can cause cancer?
Well, there is evidence. In fact, there is a study that came out of London, England, and it showed that women who have mammograms, they have higher rates of cancer than women who don't get their regular mammograms. And the latest evidence is even more striking. It showed, there's a report, that was actually partially released by the FDA, and it showed that the radiation that is caused by mammograms and CAT scans and full body scans, the radiation is so intense that you're likely to develop cancer. That is a great likelihood to develop cancer the more radiation you get. And for one mammogram, they're comparable to about 1,000 chest X-rays. So you have a couple of them, it is like standing next to a nuclear bomb exploding. That's the amount of radiation you get. Radiation has been known for a long, long time to cause cancer. The Germans, during the Nazi Germans, they found out that radiation causes cancer when they used microwaves in the war, and that radiation caused most of the soldiers that were around these devices to develop leukemia. Okay. Blood cancers. So they started dying all over the place, so they phased out the microwaves. And then the Americans introduced that and put it in the kitchens. So people are getting radiation. There's always radiation leaking out, and the food is radiated, so you get the radiation in the body one way or another. So radiation is a crucial factor, but X-ray radiation, which is targeted, and in mammograms, you have a massive dose of that going to a very, very small area of the breast that is extremely damaging. The mammograms themselves, they squash the breast. The first thing that a doctor learns when you study medicine is don't gently touch the breast, never squash them, never press them, never push them, never treat them harshly. And they put their plates against them and then radiate them with this massive dose of radiation. It's not surprising that mammograms are now one of the leading causes of cancer. In fact, they found that 3 million people die each year from the radiation produced by the diagnostic tests.
3 million?
3 million people each year die from the radiation. So that is about 50% of all deaths from cancer. They're caused by the cancer diagnosis, not even the treatment of cancer. Now, the treatment itself is a different story. That kills a lot more cancer patients as well.
That does, because radiation, you just talked about radiation killing people.
Yes, and then there's the radiation therapy, which is not the diagnosis, it's just the radiation therapy alone causes so many new cancers, secondary cancers, because when you radiate cells, you cannot say, well, this is a healthy cell and this is a bad cell, we'll just radiate both of them, the healthy cell will survive. No, the healthy cell gets damaged. You get in a DNA damage, and that is just a matter of time for that DNA to mutate fully into a cancer cell.
Well, this is cruel information for women,
It is, and the studies are coming out. Unfortunately, they're not passed down into the mass media or down to the people. They're not in radios, they're not in the newspapers. They are staying in the New England Journal of Medicine, the Lancet, or other publications that a layperson is never dealing with, because they're told you need to see a doctor.
Every year,
everything is, the doctor takes care of you. You don't take care of yourself. You're not even allowed to.